So this story is literally embarrassing. Well, it was. It's actually finally really, really funny now. This is the story of how I helped crash Air Force One. Season 2 of House of Cards, I finally get my big break. I had always dreamed on working in the film industry, and I had been working as a stagehand in Baltimore, and through networking, I met some people who were working on House of Cards, and I was so excited. I got a call, and I was asked if I could solder. Could I? Not yet, but I knew my dad knew how to solder, so I asked him, and of course I said, yeah, I can. I mean, I already knew how to weld, so smaller, probably easier. So we were soldering electronic LED lights to install in an Air Force One movie set. That went great. I faked it until I made it, as I was taught by my great mentors, and it actually worked out. My lights turned on, easy peasy. Well, next came the installation. And what young Ashley didn't know was that movie sets were not built quite the same as actual rooms with real ceilings. So I was sent up on my own to start installing these lights that we had built in the set, in the ceiling. Some of them were closer to the edge, some were out in the middle of the set. I had a mild instruction that there was a special way to walk on the roof, but not much more than that. Well, everything was going fine as I was working with myself, and then help came along, and he was also very, very, very new and had a nickname of Pachomp because he was a little bit of a rough worker. Very enthusiastic, very nice young man. We started palling around, and our boss, who had newly entered the scene, said, go, 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 hurry up and get it done. And so that's what we started to do. We started to work really, 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 really fast. And before we knew it, I had encountered something that was a bit stuck, and he came over to help me. And in slow motion, I see the roof starting to ripple and bounce up and down. And in slow motion, I don't know if you're familiar with the game Don't Break the Ice, but the tiles started to come down. I don't know if it was slow motion or not, but it seemed like it was kind of slow. And I was able to get over to the edge, and like Indiana Jones, I grabbed on and I was dangling there, and he kind of fell all the way to the ground and landed on his back. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. But we were above some very, very expensive leather seats because that show definitely had some money. And so I'm dangling there on the wall. He's laying on the ground. Some important looking people come over, and this man says to me, excuse me, ma'am, could you get down from there? As I'm dangling from the wall. And so I got down from there, and I don't know, as I was dangling, this calming feeling came over me that everything was going to be okay, and I have no idea where it came from, but I was super thankful because, I encountered some teasing, and I also encountered a lot of stories about how other people had also partially destroyed film sets. So it's nice to know that you're not alone. But after that, some coworkers walked over and they said, "This is extremely not funny right now, but one day it will be." And almost a decade later, yeah, it's definitely hilarious. Thank you.